So we got a little bit of news coming out. Everybody's going crazy over the news about Derrick Henry. Tennessee looks like they're putting Derrick Henry on the trading block to see what they can get for him. And of course, here in Philadelphia, everybody wants to say, Howie, get on the phone, go get him. Let's look into that. Now, what you got to think about is, are we going to use him like he should be used? Are we going to use him like they did in Tennessee? That's the question you got to ask. You can always have conversations with people when they find out you used to play pro ball and stuff like that, where somebody would like to tell you what they would do if they had your money. Now, stick with me because I'm going somewhere with this. You'd always get in a conversation. It would be what they would do with your money, or you saw some story of some ex-player, football player, NBA player, baseball player, whatever, that lost their money or did this with it or got swindled or scammed or something like that. And everybody's got a conversation on what they would do with the money. There's no way I would spend it on stuff like that. And I would always say, you cannot put your current life into somebody else's bank account. And what that means is you would have these conversations and say, if I had that much money, I wouldn't change a thing. I would just do this. I would still keep my car. I still love my house, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, stop it. If you had the money and you made 7 figures a year, $200,000 a week, you wouldn't still be driving the same Honda Accord. Yes, it's a great car, but you would upgrade. Your kids wouldn't go to the same school. You wouldn't live in the same house. You would have a couple of extra things. How that manifests itself depends on the type of person that you are. And you never know what you're going to do until you get into that situation. Now, where am I going with all of this? For us to have the Derrick Henry production, that means we got to use him like Tennessee used him. We have to run him like the Titans ran him. And we wouldn't do that. We don't know what we would do because we got to see what Brian Johnson's made of. We don't know what his logic is. He's not going to do everything exactly like Shane Steichen did. Shane Steichen ran the offense. Jalen Hurts was incredible under Shane Steichen. But there were also some gripes. He ran the ball too much. He ran the RPO too much. He didn't run the running back too much. And you guys already know my gripe. You can't run a running back out of gun formation, out of shotgun. Let him line up 6 or 7 yards deep and go downhill. Derrick Henry's a downhill runner. It's not going to work with him in shotgun. You can only run so many draw plays. You got to get him going downhill. And our offense last year would not work. Now, is Brian Johnson going to change some things? Absolutely. But we don't know what he's going to do. So that would be a risk. You got to know what you have first before you make a move like that. And for people to think that all of that Titan production comes to Philly, you misinformed. You're looking at it the wrong way. It's a huge X factor because we don't know what we have in offensive coordinator. And that is the one big piece of the puzzle you need to have. I would love to see us run out of ace formation and Jalen Hurts run a true play action offense. I think he would be good at that. But we'd also be silly to just get rid of the RPOs totally because Jalen Hurts is good at it. Now, I think Jalen Hurts over time, the RPOs and his running ability, they're going to minimize that. And I've said this before, very similar to what Donovan McNabb did. If y'all remember, I can't remember if it was his third year, maybe his third or fourth year, or maybe it was his second or third year. I can't remember. But he came to camp. He was significantly bulked up. Big time. That year, he threw a lot of balls in the dirt. A lot of low balls. Because he was trying to get comfortable with that muscle mass. But he did that so he could stay in the pocket and take the punishment. It's a different situation now because you can't even touch the quarterbacks. But it's the same concept. As Jalen continues to evolve as a quarterback, he's going to have to run less and less unless they just design it that way. Because I think Jalen Hurts now, he has showed us he has enough acumen to stand back in the pocket and get rid of the ball and make some things happen with his arms. He did it a couple times this year. We can't go after every fruit that falls from the tree. You got some good young running backs. It doesn't look like Miles Sanders is coming back. So it's going to be Kenny Gainwell and whoever else they want to get. It doesn't look like they're high on Trey Sermons. So I don't know if they'll keep him and bring him back into camp to let him compete. But we'll see. Going after a big acquisition like King Henry, you got to be able to run him like he's going to get paid. Because he's going to require a high price to bring him. And if you're paying that much money, you better use him. Or it's wasted. So we're going to keep seeing what's going on. The signing of Derek Carr, that, in my opinion, set Jalen Hurts' floor. Can't go no lower than that. It's not going to be where that was, but now you got a base point to start from, and it's already $10, $15 million above that anyways. So that's the last shoe to drop, and then all focus will be on the draft. So we'll see what's going to happen. Go Birds.